Hi there everyone, just wait for a few people to join in. This is a rerun of the talk on how to reach a healthy weight once and for all. I'm Jeanette Scapins, women's wellness naturopath and weight loss coach, and I'm here today to give you some information about how to finally reach that healthy weight, and with some hints and tips as well, and a great special offer at the end. I can see someone's come on. Can you tell me whether you can hear me okay and see me okay, please? I'll just make sure I've got my volume up. Yep. Can you give me a thumbs up to say you can hear me and see me okay? So whoever's watching at the moment, can you just let me know that you can see me and hear me okay? Great. Thanks, Sarah. Oh, from Atlanta. Wow. You're a long distance away. Thanks for joining this morning. I've got some great information for you. Basically, the main key driver of with weight gain is your hormones. We're led to believe it's calories in versus calories out, and you will lose weight. Well, yes, technically that is correct. However, the hormones are a big driver in inhibiting that process, perhaps you could say. I'll be talking about that in a moment. I'm a women's wellness naturopath and weight loss coach, and it's my mission to support and empower women in their prime to better health, more energy, and to feel great again. And I have my focus areas are on weight loss, of course, perimenopause support, and thyroid support as well. So just a little bit about what I do. And my own health journey brought me to become a naturopath because I had health issues myself, which I didn't seem to find the answers for with regular medicine. So that sort of led me in the direction of seeking how to heal myself, I guess. And I also had to address weight loss, and I also have a thyroid condition and a heart condition. So I just wanted to, be the best I could health-wise. So that's why I became a naturopath. And now I help lots of other lovely ladies as well. So that's one of the things I really love, is to see my clients get better and have more energy and to feel great again. Excuse me. So what's sort of the main thing that's driving the weight gain? Well, the imbalance of our hormones, which tends to be driven by an estrogen dominance. Yes, helping others is the best. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, for sure. That's why I became a naturopath, really. When you get into middle age, from about 35, your sex hormone balance, the progesterone tends to start dropping off gradually, whereas the estrogen sort of stays up. So that causes this relative estrogen dominance. And sort of having this estrogen dominance can drive inflammation in the body, and it can disrupt other hormones. So your satiety hormone, the leptin, and also your hunger hormone, ghrelin. It can also disrupt the thyroid. It just sort of causes this imbalance generally of hormones. So it's also the main driver of female cancers like breast cancer and ovarian cancer. So you want to get that back in balance. So the main thing with weight gain is an imbalance of the blood sugar. So that can be termed as sort of insulin resistance that can be leading to. So that's common. It happens sort of in middle age where, you know, you notice that thickening around your waist and that happening. Although you're not eating anymore, you're not doing anything different, it just starts to increase. And that is because of the imbalance of the hormones driving this sort of insulin resistance. So what happens is, you know, you're eating your food, the food's converted to glucose. If you're not burning it off, it's then stored, you know, it triggers the insulin to be released from the pancreas, and that's to help break it, get the glucose into the cells for energy, so you've got energy. But, you know, our metabolisms start to slow down about 1 to 2% a year, decade, sorry, and that sort of doesn't help as well. But with the insulin resistance, you know, you're eating, the foods you're eating, particularly like pasta, breads, potatoes, those sort of things, they're actually converted into glucose. So if you're not burning them off, they'll be stored as fat. So every time you're eating, the body releases insulin to try and break down, you know, use the glucose, get it into the cells for energy. So let's see what else we can talk about. So with insulin resistance, there's this sort of failure to recognize, you know, it goes all a bit out of control and doesn't get, you know, the glucose into the cells as well. So that's why they call it insulin resistance. So that will lead towards this weight gain. Also, you know, as I said before, the hormones can go a bit out of balance. So often I see in clinic, particularly around the midlife, is, you know, some people end up with hyperthyroidism, and that's an underactive thyroid. So that's where, you know, your thyroid sends off hormones to do with your metabolism and how fast you're, you know, burning things and how the organs are functioning fast. Hi, Natasha. And you know, if it slows down, it slows everything down. So, you know, the metabolism slows down, and no matter what you do, you know, you know, the fat burning is not happening as fast as it used to, and that. And, you know, you've got to try and get that working better again. Which can be helped with lots of foods, you know, and nutrients. You can get the thyroid working again. Another key thing is stress. Now, who isn't stressed in this day and age? You know, just everyday life is stressful for most people, and so you need to try and address that, you know, because when we're stressed, our adrenal glands that sit on top of the kidneys release some hormones that, particularly cortisol, that drives stress. Weight gain, sorry. So you want to, you know, get those balanced as well. Stress, of course, also reduces the body's ability to absorb nutrients as well, and it drives inflammation. And inflammation's not a good thing because it's, you know, it stops the cells and the organs from working as they should. Another driver is lack of sleep. Sleep is, hi Kerry, you're from the outback. Whereabouts are you in the outback? A lack of sleep, you know, that disrupts our hormones as well, and it particularly makes the insulin less sensitive to and effective. And it also increases our hunger hormone, ghrelin, and reduces our satiety hormone, leptin. So that can lead to craving sort of fatty, sugary foods, so comfort foods. Digestion, you know, we need to look at our digestion. What's going on there? Are we able to absorb our nutrients? Have we got a good gut balance, good and bad gut balance of the bacteria? Is our stomach acid sufficient to break down the food as well? Do we have any food intolerances or sensitivities? We need to look at all these things. Are we eating too big a portions for our size, our height and that? You need to eat healthy, nourishing whole foods as well, full of the nutrients. It's not a matter of just filling your tummy, You want actual nutrients to help the body function properly. Canberra, far west. Okay, thanks for joining us. So, also, how well are your bowels working as well? Constipation's not good because that's a build-up of waste, so you want to get those working well. Food cravings, we're often craving sugary foods, for example. Well, that's telling us that the body is craving some nutrients. It needs nutrients to function. And if you eat sugary foods, you're just going to keep craving more because you're not getting the nutrients that you need for the body to function well. So, for example, with chocolate, that's often an indicator that you need magnesium. So there's plenty of foods with proper foods with magnesium in it. So there are ways of getting magnesium in the body. But until you get those nutrients in, your body will still keep craving for more sugar. And how's your liver working as well? The liver's a key detoxifying organ of the body. So that turns toxic substances into less toxic ones so our body can excrete them out. So you need to look at what you're eating and drinking, and is it supporting your liver function or not? There's plenty of great foods that support liver function. There's the greens, the bitter greens, the brassica family, the cabbage, the broccoli, cauliflower, etc. And they help the liver detoxify. Another thing is your vitamin D levels. What are they like? Often we're told that having a vitamin D level of 50 is okay, but really as naturopaths we know from studies that you need to have it sort of up more around 100 or more, because vitamin D is really important it's an immune hormone. It helps our immune system work, it's anti-cancer, it helps our bones be strong, but it also has been shown in studies to inhibit weight loss, so it's important to look at that. Also, hydration, how much water are you drinking? You need good, healthy filtered water to help the body work well and be able to flush out toxins and detoxify, and, it actually acts as an appetite suppressant as well. I would try to sort of keep your water intake to between meals though. Exercise, exercise is part of being healthy. I'm not talking about going full bore, doing high intensity training or whatever, but nice long walks is very beneficial. It gets the blood pressure down. If you've got a blood pressure issue, you get lots of, fresh air. You just feel better after a walk, and, you need to do that regularly. And make sure you're doing some weight-bearing sort of exercises. I tend to just go for walks and, I'll get to a park bench and I'll do a few stretches and, push up things and that. But joining a gym's a good idea, for the muscle strengthening, because, as you get to midlife, you want to maintain your bone mass, your muscle mass, because that starts to deteriorate. So you need to do some weight-bearing exercise. So some hints on how to get to your healthy weight, what you can do. Well, mindful eating is a really important thing, because when you're mindful of what you're eating, you're actually taking note of how much you're eating. You're really present. Don't have the TV on. Don't rush through it. Don't eat while you're walking on the go. Chew every mouthful really well. and enjoy your meal. You know, you really not enjoy it much more when you're fully present. And make sure you're not in a rush state either, a nice relaxed state to be able to digest it properly. Now, one of the things that, you know, we're often told about how to lose weight or, you know, follow this diet or whatever, but actually you need to look at the mindset as well, which is really important because, you know, you need to ask yourself, why are you wanting to lose weight? Is it for you or is it to please someone else? You know, what do you hope to achieve when you've released the excess weight? Is it more energy, you know, being able to keep up with the kids, or improve your health and reduce your risk of chronic disease? Of course, that's a natural one. For me, I wasn't able to do stand-up paddle boarding, which I really wanted to do. All I could do was kneeling. But now, after I've lost my weight, I've been able to do that. Here's a little picture of me. I don't know whether you might have seen the picture. So that was me last year. And then afterwards, in the same clothes, I'd lost 16 kilos 4 months later. So, yeah, I just feel so much better for losing the weight. And, you know, one of the key things was thinking, what do I want to achieve from losing the weight? You know, what do I want to be able to do? Well, I had a lot of, you know, I want to be healthy. I want to live longer. And I want to be able to, you know, live my life to the fullest possible. One of the things you need to do is visualize yourself having reached your goal weight, and, you know, think of how you look, what you can do, how much, you know, better you feel. Another key hint is to write positive affirmations. So I really like the one, I now see myself at my perfect weight and I'm worth it. So that's one that, you know, I really like, and a lot of my clients will write that up as well, that I'm helping support. And what you can do is write it on a post-it note, pop it on your bathroom mirror. So at least you'll see it at least twice a day then. So say it, you know, in your mind or out loud, whatever works for you. But very important to have those positive affirmations. You're feeding the energy to that end goal of feeling great and at your goal weight. And it's very important for you to decide what your goal weight's going to be, not let someone else say to you, okay, you have to be such and such weight, because that's what the healthy weight is. You decide what you can achieve and what you can maintain. That's very important. Another thing is self-worth and self-love. You really have to love yourself, and because no one else, you know, it's important that you feel worthy and, you know, you love yourself. And what is the real reason behind your weight gain? Like, you know, did something happen in the past? Because weight gain's about protection and avoidance, you know, avoidance of addressing the real issue at hand, or maybe filling a void, you know, lack of love or loneliness, unhappy with your job or relationships. So I'd, you know, say seek out a professional to help you get to the bottom of it and address it, and then you can move forward. Make sure your partner and family, friends, workmates, etc. are supportive as well, because if they're sort of saying, go on, have a little bit here, you know, that won't hurt. You don't want that sort of behaviour and support. You want them to see that you are focused, and, you know, then you can achieve your goals. Breaking down your goals into smaller goals of, say, like 5 weeks is a good idea as well. And also, like, you know, take photos at the beginning of your journey and each 5 weeks, and you can really see the difference. I've got a little picture here of myself. So that was me at the beginning, and then 5 weeks later I'd lost 8.7 kilos, and then 10 weeks later 13 kilos. And, like, you can really see the difference, and it's really motivating as well. Another key thing is one-on-one coaching. You know, that's really important, because we're all different. We all like different foods and, you know, have different issues going on. So it's important to get that one-on-one coaching for you, you know, to where you want to be in that. And be committed towards making your, achieving your end goal and making it a priority every day. That's important. Excuse me, I just have a drink. I'm in Adelaide, South Australia, and it's quite a hot day here today. So I've got the air conditioner going. So how do we balance our blood sugar? This is the key. So this is the key to weight loss, right? So you need to eat just 3 meals a day. Don't have snacks in between, because every time you eat, you're spiking the blood sugar. And when you spike blood sugar and it's not, you know, burnt off, it goes to fat. It's stored as fat. Don't skip breakfast, because you're likely to get more hungrier later on in the day as well. I've, you know, had some clients that they go, oh, I was too busy, you know, I was too busy to have breakfast, and then they'll find they're really hungry, and that's when you make poor decisions later on in the day. So even, you know, a handful of almonds and a green apple, you know, just have something, even if you're busy and on the go. Also, you know, if you're eating all the time or having snacks all the time, your body doesn't know when you're actually really hungry. You sort of, it disrupts those hunger and satiety signals. So that can also lead to overeating. Another tip is to finish your last meal by 8 p.m. at night. A good hint is go and brush your teeth, and that tells you, you know, you've finished for the day. And you get that nice long fast overnight then of possibly, you know, 11 or 12 hours. And that lets the body properly, you know, break down the food, detoxify, repair all the cells overnight. So what food should you be eating? Well, you need to eat protein at every meal, because that helps keep the blood sugar balanced and also satiated longer, so you're fuller longer. So it's also, it's a crucial macronutrient, because, you know, our body's made up of protein, our bones, muscles, all the tissues, organs. So it's crucial to eat it regularly. Excuse me, someone's just come home. Protein's found in meat, fish, eggs, legumes, nuts and seeds, dairy, and shiitake and oyster mushrooms. They're all high in protein. And what you need to have is a palm-sized serve of protein at each meal. So just remember that, palm-sized serve of protein at each meal. Also, you know, the carbs. So we're talking about low glycemic load carbs here. So veggies. That helps to keep the blood sugar more balanced and not spiking. And a low glycemic load carb means the amount of the food and its glycemic index, which is how fast it's digested and enters the bloodstream and impacts on the blood sugar. So you want to have the low glycemic load veggies. So spinach, avocado, lettuces, asparagus, cucumber, zucchini, olives, eggplants, peppers, cauliflower, broccoli, tomato, kale, cabbage, green beans, pumpkin, carrots, mushrooms, all those sort of healthy veggies, you know, that provide fibre and nutrients and the water for us to be well. Of course, if you have any health conditions like arthritis or autoimmune conditions, you want to avoid the nightshade veggies. And, you know, have a piece, if you feel like a piece of fruit, have that at the end of the meal, and make sure it's a low glycemic load one to stop the blood sugar from spiking. So apples, berries, lemon, watermelon, rockmelon, oranges, kiwi fruit, peaches, apricots and plums. They're all low glycemic load. What I'll do is put a little infograph at the end in the comments showing the low glycemic veggies and the low glycemic fruits. So you've got that as a little guide for when you go and shop. And you want to have 2 handfuls, okay? 2 handfuls of low glycemic load carbs with your protein, your handful of protein, palm-sized protein. And also, you know, you shouldn't be scared of fats. Fats are really important, because good healthy fats I'm talking about here, because they're needed to create our hormones and also, you know, help our nervous system work, transmit the messages of the neurotransmitters. There's lots of different functions, but yeah, just go for the good healthy ones, you know, the ghee, coconut oil, avocados, olive oil, cold pressed flaxseed oil. That's a great one to have on salads with balsamic vinegar or apple cider vinegar, because it balances the hormones. You never heat that one up, but that's a great tip, especially heading into midlife. You know, it's really one of the key things I put in a client's treatment plan to help with the hormone balancing. And you want to avoid the trans fats, so the deep fried fats, you know, foods and fats like canola oil and that. They're highly inflammatory, and you know, they drive chronic disease. So if you want to have some starch, just have 1 serve of that a day. So say, you know, oatmeal for breakfast, porridge. That's a good one for helping with cholesterol levels. You might want to have some bread, potato, rice or pasta. Just have sort of the 1 serve a day. With the bread, try and go for a sourdough, which has a long fermentation time, and preferably the rye over wheat. Wheat's quite inflammatory for the body. But yeah, just try and stick to just 1 sort of serve of starch a day. And you know, while you're losing the weight, I say to my clients, yes, have 1 treat meal a week. You know, go out for dinner, or you've got a function on or something. Enjoy that meal. That's your reward for sticking to your eating healthy during the week. And once I've sort of found that once you get to your goal weight or maintenance stage, you can bring in 2 treat meals a week. You know, quite easily. You need to sort of work out what's right for you, though. Everyone's different. You don't go overboard and go having, you know, deep fried chips and schnitzels and all that sort of thing. Have something really yummy and healthy to eat too. And just remember, with alcohol, the alcohol turns to glucose, so don't go overboard. Hi Kirsten, thanks for joining. Don't go overboard with the alcohol, because it turns to glucose and it makes your liver work harder. So try and limit that. And you know, in between a glass of wine or whatever, have a glass of mineral water or a glass of water, and that sort of stretches it out a bit too. So those are sort of the key things to how to reach your healthy weight. I actually offer a specific program that's very personalised, because it's based on your blood test, so what's going on in your metabolic biochemistry for you. And it's a practitioner-only program that I've done additional training in, and it's based on 25 years of scientific studies, and it has the best long-term weight loss after 1 year of 63% out of all programs. So that's why I sort of chose this one to support my clients with, because it had good results, and you know, the studies were backing it, to find the best way to reset the metabolism and rebalance the hormones. There's so many other benefits, but with the program you get one-on-one coaching, you get your own personalised nutrition plan that says, you know, what you should be eating, what, you know, as meal plans, what your food list is. You get a shopping list, etc. And you just pick 1 protein, you know, whatever veggies you want on your list, your piece of fruit, piece of bread, sort of thing. Very easy to follow, and that's how I managed to get down to there's my picture again, down to my, that was 16 kilos. I actually ended up getting down 17 kilos, and it happened really fast over 5 months. So, yeah, it's just a great program. And you get online support as well. So I have an online Facebook group with support in between your one-on-one consults, which is important. You know, you need to have hints and tips to keep you motivated, keep you going. And basically it has 8 clear rules that you follow, which will guarantee success if you follow those correctly. So what's so good about Metabolic Balance? Well, it's actually a health restoration nutrition plan, and it just resets the metabolism, rebalances the hormones. So I've got ladies, you know, with hot flushes and that, they've now gone. You know, particularly this central weight gain, it really targets that, and the insulin gets that working better, but more balanced, and becomes, you know, what you're eating, it becomes more sensitive to the insulin, so everything works better. And it reduces inflammation, which it drives a lot of diseases. I had the autoimmune version of hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, and my thyroid antibodies are now normal, at a normal level, whereas they were in the thousands before. So that was just a really good result for me. I also had plantar fasciitis. I don't know whether you've heard of that. That's a really painful sort of heel, foot issue that, you know, you get up in the morning, it's like really painful to walk on. Well, that all went, even though I tried other treatments like shockwave therapy, that all just went, and now I can just get up and walk and it's fine. It improves your blood cholesterol levels, your fat burning ability. What else does it do? And one key thing is you know, you get more energy because things are working better. And the side benefit is that you release the excess weight because everything's working better. So other benefits that have been achieved is improved digestion, better sleep, better skin, yeah, the balancing of the hormones, so the hot flushes, night sweats go. Of course, you know, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're feeling better, so you become more confident. Your self-esteem's improved too, and you can you rediscover your old clothes that you couldn't wear before. I've got a little picture here showing some of the sorts of foods that you can eat. Some wonderful, you know, just looks delicious. Everyone's got a different foods, but it's all just good healthy food that's right for the person, so you just adapt the recipes. You know, you've got your form of protein, your form of carbs, veggies and bread, etc. So very simple, easy, tasty foods. It's very easy to follow. So yeah, if you're interested in finding out a bit more about the program, I will put in my links to Facebook, Instagram, my website. I've got all the information on my website with some photos and testimonials and about the plan and how it works. It's a 4-phase program. And for the viewers today, I'm actually offering $100 off the program. So that's a really good offer. You need to make a booking during the summit, the Empowered Women Summit, but you don't have to come in for the consult during that time. Just make a booking and you will get the wonderful $100 off. So if you'd like to do that, I'll put in my booking link as well, but it's on all the social media and the website. So it's been lovely chatting with you today. I hope you found it useful, and just remember 3 meals, no snacks, water in between. What else? Oh, I think I might have forgotten to say it's a thumb size serve of oil. I think I forgot about that. But yeah, that's the I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'd like to thank Christina for inviting me to join in the Empowered Women Summit. I hope you're watching the other speakers as well. There's some great knowledge and hints and tips being shared, and that's what we're all about, empowering women to be more knowledgeable and be the best they can. So I'd love to support you if you'd like to go ahead and do the program. Just check out the links afterwards. I'll load them in straight away. And thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful. Bye. Oh, does anyone have any questions I should have asked, actually? You might have some questions. Just pop them in the comments and I'll answer them if you do. Thanks for watching, Kirsten. Bye.